Ladies, what are some dorky, quirky things that guys do that turn you on? I love when a guy talks about something he's passionate about, even if I don't know anything about it. When they laugh too hard at their own jokes. Playing with animals and not giving a fuck if they sound silly. My boyfriend gets random short-lived obsessions with very niche subjects. One day, he spent hours watching beekeeping videos and decided he wanted to try his hand at beekeeping. Then the next day, I want to build a long bow. It reminds me of my tween and teen years where I would go down internet rabbit holes, and I'm happy to see he hasn't lost that innate interest in science and crafting. Getting really excited about finally getting past a difficult part of a video game and happily sharing their strategy with me. Like we are in on a secret together. Makes me want to smooch a face. Trying to be smooth but tripping over their words and getting flustered is pretty cute. When boys show me their Bionicles collection, smiling face. Geeking out on a historical event that they find interesting. My FWB was making sauerbraten for dinner, and I entered his place without him knowing I was there. He was in the shower and talking to himself in a German accent. It was hilarious, but just the fact that he was doing that was kind of hot in a weird way. Being smart without being cocky. My now husband taught me how to solve a Rubik's Cube early on in our relationship. On our first big trip together we spent most of a long travel day in a puzzle book. Now 8 years in and with COVID raging, we are happy at home with our board game collection. Half of the comments are 100% from guys. Stuttering, being clumsy and nervous, talking about something they love. Obama. Guys that have an interest in good music, movies, and also if they're passionate about something like art, cooking, etc. Pretending to be girls on Reddit to glorify their personal eccentricities, like what I'm doing. When they actually care and not for the sake of my butt. I work at a fast food restaurant, and there's this guy that I like who works in kitchen. Sometimes when we're having a slow shift, he'll come up to the counter and hang out with the other people working the night shift, mostly with me. I'm starting to suspect that he likes me. He told me he wanted to try and learn how to make shakes, so I took a crack at teaching him. It was really fun showing him how to work the machine and how much ice cream and toppings you use. He was really bad at it at first, but he's getting better. I love how much of an effort he puts into it, it makes my whole night. I'm trying to work up the courage to ask him out. I got his number, but can I please have some advice on how to move up from here? When they shit their pants at a hentai convention. I love when my husband gets all worked up about people's ignorance or lack of critical thinking skills when it affects other people. Needless to say, lots of sex happened in 2020 LMAO. Watching a man putting on a tie. When they tease the fuck out of you and challenge your views in like a natural and dorky way. Not just arguing with you for the sake of it. Not to flex, but I got a Yu-Gi-Oh collection. If they wear a bigger, looser cut shirt that kinda hangs off them, especially if they are a less muscular, more lanky guy, and you can see their collarbones. I'm melting. When they can't properly tell a joke because they're already laughing at the joke. When they hold a pet like a baby. I meet 90% of the criteria here, but my social anxiety always gets the better of me when I'm next to a girl. I love it when he shows love for his sisters, it's so endearing. I love it when they get excited over silly little unexpected things. Many men are quite reserved, so seeing what makes them really tick is a huge turn on. Watching him play video games with his friends. It's weirdly hot, what with the concentration, the banter in voice chat, the facial expressions, and the sounds he makes. Edit. Fixed a sentence. It's not really quirky, but a man driving. Especially parking. When they look over and put their arm on the passenger seat before turning the wheel. Let's just say the wheel is not the only one being turned on now. This one only work if it's not a flashy, I'm a big boy, car though. Attention ladies, I have a Lego Millennium Falcon. Thank you. One of my exes found it really sexy if I took the time to explain science stuff that I was knowledgeable about. Just need to find a similar woman now who doesn't mind me talking her ears off about mushrooms, a subject I have pretty good knowledge of. I'll answer for my girlfriend. I was rambling on about Batman stuff, she too is a Batman fan but not as much as me, and she asked something like, "Do you think Joker would be in The Dark Knight Rises if Heath Ledger hadn't died?" And I ramble on about the rumor of how they would have had Joker in that film in a certain scene. She just smiled at me and said, "You're seducing me here with our nerdy knowledge." So to answer your question, I think girls like it when a guy goes on about something he's interested in. I love it when a guy has a great sense of smell and can tell what kind of perfume I'm wearing. Also when he can tell where I'm from by the accent I'm trying so desperately to shed. When a guy spanks himself and oinks like a pig. I love it when my boyfriend drives super fast on the motorway and blasting AC/DC Highway to Hell. I like it when a guy does something and it doesn't turn out how he planned, or ends up embarrassed, and looks around to see if anyone notices. I always notice, and I always find it adorable. I love when guys have engineer minds, and are always contemplating why things are the way they are and how could it be better. My ex-boyfriend used to have grow tents in his place and would show me his plants and how they were doing. Often he would explain in detail what he noticed from last week to this week, then would gradually fall into contemplation and think aloud about his observations, almost forgetting that I was there. I loved watching the gears turn and made sure to be absolutely still and not snap him out of thought. Eventually he would resurface and catch me observing him and would kind of laugh, and then I would laugh and couldn't help but throw my arms around him. Hee hee. I love it when I see a man playing with his kids. They may think that it is dorky, but to me that is sexy as hell. When they get really excited about something and they have this cute cheeky smile. I'm just here to take notes. My husband loves music. I literally have to snap or clap to get his attention when he's in the zone listening to his music. It's adorable. When he name every Star Wars characters in chronological order. Every single fucking one of them. Drooling face. Have a full dorky quirky wallet and some dorky quirky good looks. Edit. For the sad few that didn't realize it, s. The missus practically beams with interest when I'm doing maintenance on my PC. Apparently tying my hair back, I need a haircut. Putting on my favorite shirt and cracking my knuckles before I start gets her motor running. Judging by these comments I should be rolling love and compassion, but here I am lonely as fuck with the only relationship I've ever on online, and it ended with me being ghosted. So either I'm the ugliest bitch ever or y'all are fucking liars. When they make a mistake and can laugh about it. He has Pokémon plushies and they used to sleep in his bed with him. He starts work early, so whenever I stay over, if he has to get up while I'm still asleep, he'll tuck Blastoise, who I have renamed as Weapon Squirtle, in with me so I have something to cuddle. When guys are smart without bragging about it. I need someone who can compete with me at least a bit. I also like it if he knows what he wants. Asking the same Ask Reddit question for karma that gets asked every other week. I dunno why, but when a guy has a bunch of bros he's super close with and refers to them as the boys, and just as super close with them, it's so adorable. Bonus points if they act gay around them, lol.